South Australia has recorded 3 more cases overnight, taking the state's total to 19. Live now to Emily Burley in Adelaide. Emily, the state's cabinet just held a special meeting. What was the outcome?
Well, Danica, the focus of the meeting was the practical application of these new rules banning mass gatherings of 500 or more people. South Australia will go ahead with those bans from Monday, as will the rest of the country. But that's despite, according to the Premier Stephen Marshall, South Australia currently being less of a risk than the more eastern states. He said the advice he received from the Federal Chief Medical Officer Brendan Murphy was we should start banning these mass gatherings when the number of local transmissions begins to be around equal to the number of transmissions coming in from overseas. He said South Australia isn't at that point yet, but the more eastern states are reaching that point. However, South Australia, as I said, like the rest of the country, will have these bans from Monday to keep in line with the rest of the nation and also to avoid confusion in the community. Now, health officials are telling us there is a balance to be struck here. People should be calm but not be complacent about the seriousness of this virus. The focus of testing remains on people who have recently been overseas and displaying symptoms or who have had contact with a confirmed case, and they're assuring us in South Australia there are enough resources to test everybody who needs it.
I think in South Australia that we can be reasonably confident still, but we don't want to be complacent, and this is why we are now bringing in this new range of public health measures to stop the spread of this disease. And I am appealing to every South Australian to please come on this journey with me, with the Premier and with our government and the rest of our health workforce.
As you said, there are 3 more cases today in South Australia. Those are a woman in her 30s, a woman in her 80s and a man in his 50s. All those people had recently travelled overseas, but it brings the state's total number of cases to 19. We heard yesterday from the state's Education Minister, South Australian schools will close for at least 24 hours if they are found to have a confirmed case, whether that be a student or a staff member. Adelaide's Sacred Heart Senior School has already closed. A teenager there was diagnosed yesterday. 2 classes are in isolation. But as for this cabinet meeting, the state cabinet meeting, it will continue to meet twice weekly throughout this coronavirus situation. The next meeting's on Monday and Thursday, and we know, Danica, that national COAG will happen via teleconference tomorrow.